If you live in Vietnam and speak English, do you want to work for waste management companies? They are looking for people who are ready to work. Learn more.
When they came and took my dog, that shit was hard to handle. We don't care about beef inside the street, that shit get hammered. I just gave a drip, I put that LV on the sandals. I just gave a drip, I put that LV on the shoulder. Lifted from my family, sometimes I wish we were close. Grew up with this.
In today's edition of the video, it is not a teacher training, okay? It is not a teacher training. It is not a tip in your classroom, but this video specifically is for people who are aspiring to travel into other countries to go and teach over there. And so today I'm going to talk about a few things I have gathered from the internet that can lead them to regret ever taking the decision to move out of their countries. It could be a great adventure. It could be a great idea to move out of your country. But if you don't take care and if you don't take the right steps, falling into traps of other, unscrupulous people on the internet, then you are going to regret your idea of traveling outside your country to go and teach.
Abusua mi cheche mo ho te se mo te me ka che mo fa nche me. I hope se mo nyina mo ho ye wo Nyankopɔn di mo mes me ho ye pa. Mesra mo Singapore and Vietnam opportunity e available sisi a adwuma ka ho accommodation any working permit na included. Why? So why are you interested? No DM me. Here di ho komo. Na ya hwa anamofo fra ebitu. Why? 2 weeks to between 2 to 3 weeks process. Vietnam and Singapore very urgent. Omu here nipa gidi kra. Yeah, visa no so nya especially Vietnam no ubenya 5 years visa. And na edwuma ka ho baby akwa obada bibia is secured. So why are you interested no DM me. Na yento aso from there. Thank you so much. Stay blessed.
Hi everybody, Uncle Bravo here, and this is Isaac. Please leave me with a subscription and also like the video. You know, on Isaac's Educators, we don't only give training to teachers. We don't only guide teachers as to how to teach. ESL teachers and traditional teachers, teachers who are teaching in their home countries. But we also go an extra mile to give eye-opening to teachers who aspire to travel out of their home countries to go and teach, and even people who are aspiring to be teachers in their home country or in another country. So in this video, we are going to focus on a few things. Let me tell you what we are going to focus on. Those who are preaching, in fact, this video is circulated around Vietnam and Thailand, okay? Good, Vietnam and Thailand. But it is specifically or particularly about Vietnam. So people who are back in their home countries and want to travel to Vietnam to come and work, listen to me very carefully because this video is for you. Don't skip this video and fall into the hands of scammers and the funny thing is that the scammers are even from your own country. Because they fell into the trap, they never did the feasibility studies, they never took their time to study the environment and to do the right things to enter into Vietnam. They got here and they are in trouble and they want to use you to break free and cause you into the damage they find themselves. And you know what? Even as they have caused you to fall into that damage, they themselves are not free yet. They are still in the damage with you. You get to Vietnam, you call them, you will never find them, and you'll be in trouble until your visa expires. And one way or the other, you have to get out of the country. Okay, so in this video, like I said, we are going to look at one, those who are talking and spreading false information on the internet about factory jobs and construction jobs in Vietnam for foreigners. Okay, let me say that again. We are focusing on those who are preaching, those who are spreading information on the internet about factory jobs and construction works. And that is number one. Number two, we're also going to look at people who are preaching e-visa and student visa to come to Vietnam. Just get your documents ready, your degree is okay, and then when you get to Vietnam, we bring you on an e-visa, and when you get here, you get a job, and then we transfer, or we improve, or we update your visa into, work visa from e-visa or student visa. We're going to look at that too. And then the third thing we are going to look at, or we're going to be looking at, is people who are saying, come to Vietnam, work without any qualification. All you need is to be able to speak English. That isn't true. We are going to dilute it, and we are going to let you understand the concept of that. And then also those who are saying, come, don't think there are work only, the ESO work is only in the big cities. No one is saying the jobs are only in the bigger cities. There are other small cities that you can work in, but be sure to know that you don't have to go to the remotest areas. It doesn't work. Don't listen to that information. We are going to throw more light on that. And then also people who are saying, just come to Vietnam, do hello, how are you, apple, banana, and take $1,800 to $3,000. We are going to be looking at that. So in this video, we are going to be looking at 5 things. And if anything pops up in the video, we are going to be talking about that. And that is why I told you that this video is going to be quite long. So please just stick with me, and then make sure you share this video to your friends, share the video to your family members, and give me a like and leave me with a subscription. Thank you so much. Now let's get straight into the video. All right. Now, I'm not going to be mentioning names, but there will be kind of mentioning of names, okay? Because this is a serious pandemic on the internet that is leading a lot of us back home or from home, leading us to, financial issues, because we gather our fortune and then we borrow some monies, put them together, give it to these unscrupulous guys, and then at the end of the day, we don't get any valuable thing out of it. What they do is that they scam us, and even if they are able to bring us to Vietnam, we get to Vietnam and we move from frying pan to fire, because the problems we're going to face here, we would even wish we were at home without a job. Yes. So now let's look at this thing. There is one guy on Facebook. He is on Africans in Vietnam. Okay, Africans in Vietnam. And then he said, I'm Chidi. If you are looking for a job, inbox me. I stay in Hanoi. Factory work and construction work, chat me up. Factory work and construction work, chat me up. Well, so guys, I've been in Vietnam for quite some time now, and I can attest to you that there are some jobs that are designated to the natives. It is not for you. Okay, good. So factory works and construction works are not for foreigners. Now, there is this current trend that you find some people, back home. So you see me. So when I say back home, you know what I mean. You understand? I don't want to be, get it. Good. So people from back home, Nigeria, Ghana, and rest, they get to Vietnam. They find themselves in areas they are not supposed to be. Why? Because when they were coming, they did not find the information. They did not try their best to get the right information. So at the end of the day, when they got here, they have to do anything they lay their hands on. But let me tell you, most of these people will scam you. Or the fact that you do this job and they give you $5, let me tell you, it is illegal. It is illegal to come to Vietnam and work in a construction company, because no company brings you from your country to come and work as a construction worker or as a factory worker. Well, there are a few people who are working in factories. I know one guy who is working in a factory. That guy was transferred from China into their branch in Vietnam. So his case is special. All right. Unlike him, there are other people who have come here and they found themselves in construction sites and factory areas. They are not workers. They are just there. Let me tell you, there are two things or three things involved. First, is either they are being used for free. Because let me tell you, in Asia, if you work illegally for a company, they can decide to pay you or not. And if they don't pay you, you cannot do anything. In the first place, you are illegal. And so who are you going to report to? Think about it. There is no one to report this case to. You can never report to anybody. The moment you report, you get yourself in trouble because the question goes like, why do you work illegally? And then the secondary matter will be, why did you make him work illegally? You understand? So you will face the problem first before them. So that is the case. Now, so that guy, his name is Chidiebere and Anel. I think so. Chidiebere Anel. Well, so please, there is nothing like that. Don't think or don't chat him up for any construction work or any factory work. It is not true. No factory work or no construction work for foreigners. I'm saying that again. No factory work, no construction work for foreigners. They are all scammers. Fine, they would be able to find ways and means to bring you into Vietnam. But when you get to Vietnam, I bet you the problems you're going to find yourself in, you would wish you had never been here. I will show you a video.
Đen xì vậy. Vướng này.
They lose grip.
Chẳng yếu bằng đen mới dài.
So when I saw his post, he posted this on the 5th. Can you see that? On the 5th of, he posted it on the 5th of August. That is 9:50. It could be PM or AM. Well, so 5th of August, 9:50. But on the 6th, on the 6th of June, he had posted that, good day, everyone. I need a job in Ho Chi Minh City. I need a job in Ho Chi Minh City. And Emeka came to ask him, where you won't see job? Where you won't see job? You understand? So, barely 2 months after he had come here to post, if you are looking, someone who was looking for a job in 2 months ago, is now here after 2 months giving jobs. Think about it. It means that he's in a certain kind of heat and he needs someone to be used for his, I don't know if I should say for his freedom or whatever. But I don't understand why a few of us always want to, use our friends, our families to be okay, without thinking about the fact that they will also be in distress or they'll be in problems, and we don't even think of where they get the money to bring it. Come on, these are all evil things. This is evil. You don't have to let your brother or your sister go through stress, and they will be pressuring you. Oh, you can even borrow money. When you come in a few months, they are just stressing you to be so in love with it. But I don't also blame them, because some of us, we do this. Some of us do this. Let me show you something. Well, recently I saw I saw this. I saw a post. I saw a post on Facebook. Someone said, I'll show you that. Just hold on. Very, very interesting. Well, someone called Akin Bosete Tolulope. Yes, I think he's a Nigerian. He wrote on this Africans in Vietnam that, please, I need any job in Vietnam. There is no any job in Vietnam. The only job here for Americans, for for Australians, for everybody, for Africans, for Asians, for everybody is English teaching. And what do you have to do? You need to get yourself vexed in this area. Get your certificates intact. Get your proficiency test results intact. Put them together, go through the right process, get a job, and let the company bring you to Vietnam. That is the right and the perfect way. Apart from that, there is no other way to get to Vietnam to work. Well, like I said earlier, there are people working in other fields, but those people were sent from other countries into the companies. You understand? So please, be very, very careful. So people like these, people who say, I need any kind of job, please somebody help me. They are the ones who give rooms to these unscrupulous scammers to come about scamming people because they have proven themselves that they are vulnerable and they are ready for anything. So they will take your money anyway, anyhow. Okay? Now, the next problem we need to talk about is the e-visa, student visa thing. Okay? Well, so I've seen a lot of people who have been to Vietnam on an e-visa and then they never got companies to sponsor them. And when the e-visa expired, whether they had money or they didn't have money, they still had to go out of Vietnam and come back again. Do you understand? But let me tell you, currently it's quite difficult because there was a crackdown on a couple of people who were available as agents and bringing people to Vietnam, and they will sponsor you to bring you. And then at the end of the day, probably you might get a job or you can even work on those visas until you get a company that is able or ready to switch for you. But now it is very, very difficult because of that crackdown that happened, I think somewhere around last year or two. You understand? So because of that, there are no available companies that are ready to sponsor you, bring you, whether they have a job or they don't have a job for you. You can be using their sponsorship until you get a job. Now there's nothing like that. Now, if you are going to get a sponsor, then that company is going to work with you. They sponsor you, they bring you, you work with them until you get another job and you want to change. That is the situation now. So please, those who are preaching e-visa, come. The e-visa, I can do it for you. In only 2 days, you get your e-visa and you come to Vietnam. Think about it. They will take you that bigger amount of money. But let me tell you, the e-visa is only 3 months. There's funny thing involved in this. There is a very funny thing involved in this thing. You come on an e-visa, you get to Vietnam, they will be tossing you here and there. Sometimes you might not even see the person who brought you. They will be somewhere and you'll be somewhere and they'll be communicating with you. And even at a point, you might not be able to get them to talk to them even on the phone. And that is what is going on. So just open your eyes and be very careful that you are not, or you don't fall a victim to this. It is very dangerous and it is very, very scary to be in this soup. If you are in this situation, it will be very difficult for you in Vietnam. Just be careful. The e-visa doesn't guarantee your stay because the e-visa is for people who want to come as tourists within a short time and they go back. So if you want to come to Vietnam to work, you don't come as a tourist. Because if you come as a tourist, some people can even lie to you that when you come on the e-visa as a tourist, you can even be working small, and when you get some money, and then you can use that money to switch. It's not true. You cannot work on a tourist visa. It is not true. Read my lips. It is not true. You can't work on an e-visa, e-tourist visa. You can't. It doesn't work that way. Be careful. It is just 3 months. So imagine you spend $4,000. That is the tune they can charge you. That is the amount they can charge you. They can go the extra mile to charge you $3,000, $4,000, knowing very well that they cannot get you a job, they cannot get you a place to stay, they cannot get you a work visa, they can't get you a work permit, they can't get you anything. And at the end of the day, when the 3 months is up, you need to get out of Vietnam. They know all that. And imagine spending this huge amount, $3,000, $4,000 on this weak and short-term visa that is not even allowing you to work, and you have to get out of Vietnam. How are you going? Which money are you going out with? And where are you even going? Do you understand what we call visa run? You don't even understand. You don't know the process. Who is going to guide you? And even if you get someone to guide you to understand the process and know where to go, how are you going? Because you have no funds. Like I told you, if you're in love with this video, please, I would urge you to share. Please share the video to other people and follow me. Subscribe to my channel, follow my Facebook, and then let's go. Okay? Because I'm here to help other people from home countries who will be one way or the other, who will be falling into these traps, or who will be falling as victims to these unscrupulous and evil people. All right. Now, there's another one, student visa. Remember, in every country, unlike the advanced countries, when you get there and you can some people even are able to, what do we call it, pause their education for a while, work a little bit, come back to school and other stuff. Okay, but here it is not like that. Okay, here it is a different ball game altogether. So the ultimate visa for you to come to Vietnam is to come on a work visa. Well, in my next video, I'll be talking about how to get your documents put together, what steps to take, the step-by-step processes involved in putting your documents together to travel to Vietnam the right way. So that's what we'll be talking about in the next video. Now we are focusing on these things. The next step is people who are preaching, come to Vietnam and work with no qualification. It is not true. No serious company, no serious educational institution will be giving their students to someone who doesn't know his ABCs from his XYZs. It doesn't work that way. You understand? And so, if you are to travel to Vietnam to work as a teacher, you should know that you have a greater task to perform. You need to be well versed in your area of expertise, and you should be very well prepared to come and teach. Make sure you leave a mark in the lives of the institution you're going to work and in the lives of the students you're going to teach. Don't come here and do anything just like that because someone told you that. Just come, whether you are a farmer, whether you are a trader, whoever you are. Even people who have engineering certificates, master's, PhD, sometimes are not even accepted. You understand? You need an English background certificate to come and work. In as much as you have your degree certificate in English or linguistics or whatever it is, or whatever, in English field, teaching English or elementary English or whatever. Having your degree, you need your TESOL. Okay, TESOL. Well, people write TOEFLs, but currently TESOL is much more recognized. So you need your TESOL, and then after your TESOL, you also need what we call the C1 or the C2. The C1 is the advanced, and the C2 is, I mean, the highly proficient ones. Okay, so please, you make sure you write the test yourself. I mean, to get the score yourself, test yourself to be much more prepared for this job. Okay, so that is it. So when you get all these documents together, you also do your medicals and other stuff. So like I told you, we will be talking about that later. And then these are the documents that are going to help you to get your work visa. And your work visa will be given by the immigration department of Vietnam through a sponsor company. So just imagine when you go through that process, you get the right visa. So the ultimate visa for you to live and work peacefully in Vietnam so that you can be, I mean, you can live the life you want to live is to come by the work visa. E-visa is not encouraged. Don't listen to them. There is someone, Vietnam insider in TikTok. He's preaching e-visa a lot. There are a lot of people on Facebook who are talking about this e-visa. E-visa, I can get you the e-visa in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, in whatever. Don't listen to them. They all boil down to wasting money, and then you might not even see them again because they will be in one corner talking to you. You will never see their faces. Okay, so please be careful with that one. And then let's move to the next thing. People who says, don't think the ESL jobs are only in the cities. Try the rural areas. Yes. When I came to Vietnam at first, I worked in a place called Phu Tho. Phu Tho wasn't a rural area. It was not too big, not too small. It was okay. There weren't a lot of people over there. It was normal, and it was just a quiet place to live in. I mean, when you compare Phu Tho to where I'm living now, you can see that this place is like a bigger city and that place is like a small town or a smaller city. Okay, so that is the differences. Over there wasn't a rural area. Let me tell you a story that happened to a friend of mine, a lady. Well, things became so hard and she had to, go around working, So one time she spoke to an employer and the employer said, okay, come to my place. And it was very far, very far from the city. So she went. Now, when she got there, she worked a couple of hours. She spent a few days there. I didn't know she was there. Well, so she had worked and then she wanted to take her money. Okay. She finished working. She wanted to take her money. So the guy kept on doing today, tomorrow, and you know what happened? In the rural areas, everybody knows everybody. Okay. Everybody knows everybody. So the guy went and reported my friend, the lady, reported her that she has come to her place and she doesn't have the required documents to work in that province. Okay. And she's pressuring to work for him and he doesn't want it. So what happened? The police have to come in. That why are you coming to work here without having documents here? Now the girl tried to explain. Nobody understands English. So what happens? What happens is that be careful, pack your things and leave. But the girl still stayed, wanted to take her money. She still stayed, wanted to take her money. Then the guy told him one day that if you don't go, I'll go and call the police. Okay, get out here now. I won't tell the police that you don't want to live here. I've helped you. I've given you a place to stay. And now you want to get me into trouble? That is the narration. Okay. So finally, I don't know what happened. I was there and I dialed her number. I said, hey, hello, how are you? Long time. I haven't heard from you because even till date, I've never seen her. Okay. So I said, oh, so what happened? So, where are you now? She told me where she was and the trouble she's gone through in the rural area. She wants to come out of the place, but she doesn't have money. Well, so I said, well, okay, let me see if I can help you. So how much is your transportation from that place to... No, I told her first. I said, oh, go and pack your things. In my mind, it was something small, not too big. So after she had packed her things, she said, "Oh, bro, I'm done packing my things, and you promised to help me get out of here because my life is in danger." So wow. So how much is it? She said 2 million VND from that place out because she'll be paying a lot of things and she's also thinking of how to feed. Because in my plan, I wanted to give her 1 million, but I had to sacrifice and go, I mean, beyond my plans. Because her life was in danger. So please, avoid teaching in the rural areas. There have been more issues in the rural areas. Don't try the rural area. You can try smaller towns, places that are not too developed or that are not too get it. Okay, so don't try the rural areas. It doesn't work. Don't listen to those people. This same thing was said by the Vietnam insider guy on TikTok. Please be careful. Don't go to the rural areas to teach. Go to smaller towns or bigger towns. You get a job, the jobs to do. I'm sorry because I'm talking a lot. Okay. There are jobs in smaller towns, there are jobs in bigger cities. Go there, find jobs, find your desired work and do it over there. Okay? Thank you so much. And then the last area we're going to tackle, the last area we're going to talk about is the area where people say, come to Vietnam and work. Just say hello, 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 how are you? What's this is an apple? What's this is a banana? Just say that left, right, center, go round, 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 and take $1,800 to $3,000 just doing that. It's never true. Listen to me. There are people who are taking salaries to the tune of $3,500. That is true. It's okay. I understand. But you have a lot of things to do, a lot of things to do. Okay, those companies don't employ anybody just like that. They recruit people who are apt to the task. Okay, so please be careful. Don't let anybody lie to you. And one thing you should be careful about is when the job offer is too good to believe. Okay, be careful. Too good to believe. No, come on. $3,000 to $4,000. No, no, no. It's not true. Okay, good. I still know people who take $800 even today. You understand? It is normal. Okay, it is normal. So please be careful. Don't be lied to. Don't allow them to tell you stories. And don't write a lot of things on Facebook. I need any job in Vietnam. Can somebody help me? When you see any post, jobs in Vietnam, contact me. No, I'm telling you now, the system is not like, some years ago. Okay, so please don't listen to those things. If you want a job, go to places like Halong Massive, Hanoi Massive, jobs. Go there, you see the Vietnamese posted themselves, and those jobs will not ask you for a dime. Okay, they will not ask you for a dime. That is the truth. Okay, so they will be asking you for money to do this, money to do that, money to do this. Many years ago, they wouldn't ask you of any money, but now they can be asking you for, and then it could be around 1,500, 1,800, 1,700 thereabout, not $3,000. Okay, because they want to use the money to do your work permit and other stuff. Got it. Good. So please be very, very careful. Be very careful. If I were you, I'll take my time to get a company that would be ready to bring me to Vietnam. Okay. People have gone through those processes, so you can reach out to them. Please, I have my phone number on my platforms. You can reach out to me for a consultancy, and then we will talk about whatever your problem is. Maybe I'll be able to give you the best of ideas. Don't listen to the news you see on the internet. A lot of people are here. They don't care about your well-being. All they care about is to take your money and then make the fool out of you, make you look so stupid, wanted, pained. Okay? So be careful. Well, so like I told you, this is the end of my rant and bunts about this. And I would plead with you, just share the video, like the video, comment on the video, and tell someone to be careful. In the next video, I'm going to talk about what you need to prepare, your things, your documents, and other things you need to prepare if you really want to move to Vietnam to work. We'll be talking about that. Well, so on that note, my name is Uncle Bravo Afik and Nadum, and this was Isa's Educators Editorial, Bands and Runs. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. I sign off. Remember, you can consult me, you can talk to me, you can call me, and then the call should be on WhatsApp or on Zalo, and we can talk about this. Thank you so much. I sign off. See you. Subscribe.